Very proud of our team. Came in very well prepared and played with the type of edge you need to play against an outstanding team such as Appalachian State, a team that's super physical and really good at what they do. I thought the coaches did a good job of preparing our guys, but I think our guys had the right attitude and motivation. And obviously got a little sloppy there for a minute. Offensively, we started out really outstanding in the very beginning of the game. Then it became, instead of touchdown, a field goal, and then it became a punt and a punt. Then of course, first drive, second half, we throw the pick on the goal line. Obviously, a little greedy there. I was more frustrated that we couldn't knock it in the 2 plays prior. That was a tribute to their defensive stand. And then we throw the pick, change the momentum of the game, and put the defense in a bad spot. Just not very good there. Thankfully, came back, scored again, and I think we might have scored the next 2 drives, but got the cushion to the point where they're going to have to probably break out of their game plan, and that's what we're hoping to.
When you look back and see what they did against.
Sorry?
When you look back and see what they did against Tennessee, I mean, did that get your players' attention?
Oh, you better believe it. I mean, we talk a lot about the film of the opponent and our film as well. I mean, people watch our film. What do they think? We watch their film. What do we think? We watched that film, and a lot of us watched the game as it was happening against Tennessee. And everybody knew that it was not a fluke by any stretch. It was some physical play, offense, defense, the whole thing. So I mean, it truly got our attention. I did not have to try to say something magical to get them fired up. I mean, they knew they were in for a really tough ball game.
Nobody has a better handle on this team than you probably. Did you see 45-10 coming?
No. I mean, even the first play, if Mark doesn't break that tackle, it doesn't start the way it starts. I mean, I think we blocked everybody but the safety. We couldn't get to the safety with our flanker because he was in there tight, and we knew there'd be a chance we wouldn't get there, but and really, he made the hit probably, I don't know, 3-4 yards past the line of scrimmage. I think we blocked it well, other than the guy we couldn't get to. But Mark makes it, he runs through the guy. I think. Y'all saw it better than I did.
Got past Manny and Stacy.
Well, but somebody had a clean shot on him, is the point I'm making. And he broke a tackle. Now all of a sudden he's off to the races. So just a very impressive start. But no, we thought we were in for quite a battle. And I'd also want to just say that, the fan base here was tremendous. I mean, obviously, just to pack the house the way they did, and then they treated us well. There's a few out there trying to give us a hard time, but mostly just before and after the game, very classy bunch of people.
Mark, can you talk about what a warrior Brad Kai is? How he's doing. I think everybody held their breath for a second.
Yeah, but there's a lot of weight on his shoulders, whether he feels it or not. It's just, first of all, when you play quarterback, there's so much responsibility to your team. Quarterback play, as we know, in this game of football, at this level and the NFL level, without a good quarterback, you really have a hard time winning. And so that, just by virtue of his position. But I mean, Brad's been here 2 years. He's had true success. He's been the face of the program for the most part, and everybody wants a piece of the guy. The media wants to talk to him. Community service. Anytime that pops up, can we have Brad? Can we have Brad? Anytime Brad walks off the practice field, somebody wants a picture and an autograph and all that kind of thing. I'm sure when he goes out to dinner, everybody wants to say hello and all that. So there's a lot on the guy. And then also when people start saying he's going to be, a first-round pick or a second pick of the draft and all that kind of stuff, which is, it's just people's opinion. That probably, I'm not saying Brad's not a first-round draft pick guy in one day, but just to hear that all summer long probably doesn't help you either. So it was nice to see him, just play a really solid game. The only thing that was, problematic was that pick, and those things happen sometimes.
Is he okay?
As far as I know, he's okay. I think he's okay. I'm not holding my breath right now that he may or may not be okay. I think he's okay. I don't know. never know what the next day brings.
Aside from that second drive, you went all Brad in that second drive. Do you feel like you really had to lean on him, or is it just he was taking what they were giving?
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, we threw a bunch of the bubble screens again, and we knew they were going to be ready for them, and they made us work a lot harder than the last group, because the last group played a lot of man coverage outside. I'm not saying they're a bad team. I'm saying that schematically, their corners were playing a lot of man, so we just ran them off, and then we were just throwing the bubbles, and there was just space. Now, this team we played, their corners were right at that line of scrimmage doing battle with our receivers, and so we really had to work a lot harder. And a lot of the success was guys just breaking some tackles out there in space too. It's hard to run full speed and make a tackle on a receiver who's catching it on the dead run, and that's Brad makes those throws look easy, but he puts them on the button and allows them to keep their speed.
How about Ahmad Richards? It seemed like he definitely.
It was nice for Ahmad to make some big plays, and of course he dropped the one ball, and then we came back to him, and he caught the next couple big ones. And he's a freshman. He's still trying to figure it out, but he's a very talented kid. He's a great kid. You could just easily. Well, he had a deep ball game one, was it? That he kind of let get in his body, and he didn't handle it. And for him to catch a couple deep ones was good for him.
Mark, Manny talked about this week just how they hadn't been a punch yet, and you guys got a little bit of one there when they got within 10 and Brad was hurt. For you, just to see how the guys responded, what was that like?
Well, it was great because, of course, I'm kicking myself. Getting a little bit greedy on fourth down. Certainly could have kicked a field goal and put us up by 24, which would have probably been the smart thing to do. But you'd get that close and not knock it in, and probably should have ran it again. If we couldn't make it then, I probably could have lived myself better than the pick. And of course, it's the cause of Brad getting jacked up too, getting hurt. Hopefully, it's not an injury, but we did. Turn around offensively, put it back in the end zone, got a 21-point cushion, I think, and then I think we scored again after the defense held them. So it was good. Defense, the disappointing thing offensively today was when our defense did get us a short field on that interception. I think it was an interception. I was actually talking to Kai at the time, but if we had a quick turnaround, we get no points. That's disappointing.
What did you see on that first run?
Well, we run a power play, and they have their safeties kind of play level, but then right before the snap, they usually play cover 3. They'll roll that strong safety down into the running game, and they'll play quarters to coverage. But in this particular look, I'm almost certain it was their what we call Sam Fire cover 3, and so the safety, he got in the box so quick, our receiver couldn't get him. And so I was watching that to see we might get a piece of the guy, which we didn't. So I knew he was going to make the hit. And then all of a sudden, Mark breaks out of there. So he broke a tackle. And I'm almost certain that's how it happened. Okay.
What's your
All right,
assessment
last
of-
question, guys.
What's your assessment of the offensive line this game? Looked like
O-line,
really-
well, I thought we protected better. We did have one time Brad had to throw it quick. The intentional grounding, we didn't protect well. I think the receiver was open for a touchdown. He just couldn't get it thrown. And there was one other time that we had. I think our tight end didn't block his gap good enough. It was a gap protection. But other than that, I thought we did well. We ran the ball pretty good. It's hard sometimes to gauge the running game sometimes because you may block everybody up front and then they have people in the perimeter making hits. So I have to watch the film, but they created pretty good space for the backs. All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.